with their team and their grade level. So very excited about that. We have all the assessments have been updated. Our teachers came in late May to work on that. So all the little refining, all that was done. We'll have some SPED trainings that week during that time period. New science curriculum training. I'm sure I'm leaving stuff out. Tech leads training for that. So it's a busy time, and we also do all of our training of our new teachers that week. So Stephanie does that in the morning, and in the afternoons they get to go to their school sites. Hi, Miss Bass. We have Stuff the Bus July 22nd at Port Allen Walmart, which is going to be 72 degrees that day. So we're excited. No, it's going to be a good event. I think we're ready for that. WBRZ will be out there bright and early. I think we have our first interview around 6:30. So it's going to be a good day. Y'all tune in. If you can't be there, make sure to watch. First day for staff will be August 3rd. Convocation August 5th at Bruley High's Gym. 8 o'clock. If y'all get there by 8, we should be good. I don't remember the exact start time, but I know it's after 8. First day for students, August 6th. That's a Thursday. I think July gets shorter and shorter every year. Acknowledgements. So just, we're very excited. I'm sure if y'all have looked online, but if y'all look here, I'll show y'all some of the graphics and some of the highlights that we have to recognize. I don't know if y'all remember, too big. If y'all remember this from last year, this map of Louisiana shows the highest performing districts in terms of Mastery Plus. This used to have to say top 25, but now we're able to say top 20 because West Baton Rouge moved to 18th in the state. Sharika, 18th in the state in our Mastery Plus. So these little numbers here represent the percent of students that are scoring at Mastery and Advanced. And that's the two highest achievement levels on LEAP. Remember, we used to get points for basic, no longer. Now it's just Mastery and Advanced, and we are growing. Very excited. Ascension is number one at 53% of students scoring there, but we did make the top 20. We're at spot 18. So we're very excited about the growth there. The schools have done an amazing job in Mastery Plus. The other things, just some highlights. We moved from 21st in the state to 18th. Can y'all see this? Is it big enough? Oop, too big. Okay. These are our Mastery and Advanced trends over the last few years. We've moved to 41%. In ELA, English Language Arts, that remained our highest at 49.8%. We didn't grow there, but it's still our highest performing content area. Math, we are extremely proud of math across the district, and we put a ton of work into math this last year. Our schools, we implemented new math curriculum at the high school, a lot of training in math, new updated math curriculum at the middle schools as well. So very, very proud of math, grew 5% in math across the district. So we're very excited. Third highest growth in the state in math. What else do? We moved from 24th in the state to 16th in math. And then in math, science, and social studies, we grew in all three content areas. ELA, like I said, didn't grow, but it still remained our highest in proficiency. In social studies, we're 6th in the state. In social studies, we also got new curriculum in social studies, so I'm very proud. It's dense. When I tell you it's a dense curriculum, it's a lot for the kids, but they did really, really well with it, and our teachers did as well. And this also includes the new civics test that was new this last year for the high schools. And this one, you might not be familiar with this test. This is the ELPT, the English Language Proficiency Test. So this measures how our EL students, our English learners, are mastering and growing in their language acquisition. So 47% of our students, our EL students, made their growth targets or tested out, so they're not even EL, they're not even identified as an EL learner anymore. So tremendous growth there. Very proud of our schools. And I don't have all the high school data in here, but graduation rate is up. ACT work keys data, I'm looking for Candace. I know that data went up. Those are our Thrive components. And in our strategic plan, you'll see that, but those metrics are up as well. Very, very proud of our schools. Very, very proud. Let me go back to my little thing here. Okay, now we have some student recognitions. I'm going to get Ms. Stein to help me with this one. So we have 3 students that qualified and got to go to National Beta Convention. And they're here with us in the summertime. Y'all canceled vacations, I heard, to be here with us tonight. I'm just, okay. I make stuff up all the time. But anyway, was it Nashville?
Nashville.
Ooh, awesome. Hear any good music? Did you go to the Country Hall of Fame or the music?
To the museum.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So we also have their Beta Club sponsors here. I think it's Jacob and Ms. Bass are our Beta Club sponsors. Ms. Delkey, you might do it too, I'm not sure. Okay. But anyway, let's see. Mina Davis was recognized and got to go for digital arts. Wow. Digital arts. Congratulations.
Picture with them all.
Yeah, we're going to get a picture at the end.
Stand up front.
I mean,
Ms. Bash, y'all want to come stand with them?
what type of digital arts did you do? What was it, like Adobe, or was it?
It was on Ibis Pen. Ibis Pen.
What's it called?
Ibis Pen. I don't know anything about it.
It's like
It's like
it is impressive.
Oh,
That's all I
okay.
have to say about it.
Awesome.
Impressive.
To make nationals, you have to be impressive.
Okay.
She was adding to it the night before we turned it in.
Oh, cool.
We reprinted. It was like, this kid's dedicated.
Awesome. Well, great job there for digital arts.
Get on this side now.
1, 2, got it. Perfect.
Yeah, Nina.
And then we had Miss Kennedy Wisham for jewelry making.
No, you're not sure.
She can take it, but she's not.
What kind of jewelry did you make?
Earrings.
Okay.
Earrings.
She went a step beyond because she had to do some pottery to do it. She had to work with clay.
Oh,
It
wow.
wasn't just beads and I'm saying that like that wouldn't be impressive, but many steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Process.
Send us your link when you get your storefront.
Yeah, Miss Etsy.
Etsy.
And then Miss Kendall Wisham for pottery making, who also won first place. And this was the first time in school history that a student won first place at the National Beta Convention. Awesome. Very proud. Great job, all 3 of y'all. Can we get a group picture of all 3?
You want them in here on the other wall?
We could do it just right here, I think.
Okay.
Miss Blanchard, if you don't mind. Sorry. Yeah, we need our photo. That's our Instagram wall. Girls, y'all know what that is? An Instagram wall? It's very, the young people, it's all the rage.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Obviously, it's absolutely,
Yeah.
they don't know what it is. Moved on to something bigger and better.
Great
All
job.
right.
You
Y'all
know,
get closer together. Act like you love each other.
yeah.
Well, with the sponsor.
Yeah.
Great job. One more round of applause. Sponsors, thank y'all so much. Oh, yeah, one more picture.
They cord.
These are scrapbook pics.
Mr. Fontenot, Ms. Bass, thank y'all so much for taking the kids and
Look how
all the
cute.
time that y'all put into this.
That was the easiest, most wonderful student trip we ever took. It was.
That's awesome. It's nice when the chaperones get to enjoy it too.
Thank y'all for letting us.
Thanks, Ms. Wisham. Great job.
to wait for y'all to come walk.
I told him we want to do a walk there. Hey, Beth.
You do
Well,
need to
so
come see
Con
it.
has their open house
Y'all go see
September
it.
What do you do?
2nd.
What is
But
it?
thank y'all. Con has their open house September 2nd. We can go as citizens.
You can go as a citizen.
We will.
Just so you know, there are superintendents, and our principal came with us, not. because
Oh,
her
to
two
National
girls,
Beta?
She went with us.
Oh, you're talking about national. If I get to go to a country concert, I'll be there.
They went to the African Music Museum too.
Oh, cool.
And it's only 5 years old. It's really cool.
I've not been to that.
They, meaning me too.
Yeah. Thanks, Miss Bass.
Thank you.
I was talking about Con.
I know, I would.
Miss Bass, so
You said
funny.
September 2nd?
September 2nd is their open
On open
house. And they're loading furniture in there now. The only thing that's on back order is the cabinetry, but I'll let Chad be the bearer of bad news on that. But they're putting, we've got temporary cabinets that's going in, so it's okay. Okay, moving on. Head Start and pre-K numbers. I don't know if y'all have gotten calls from the community, but we are still taking applications. We have some on a waiting list. We are struggling to get our low socioeconomic applications in, especially at Caneview and Rouge Elementary. Port Allen Elementary is usually the first one to get to fill up. I don't know who that was. Was that Delphi?
That was the children.
Oh, okay. But we are struggling to get some of the applications in. We have plenty on the wait list that are that don't qualify for income. It's too high of an income. So we're just waiting for these slots to fill first, so that we know how many can be offered that don't meet the income eligibility. I've been here now. This is my 4th year. Caneview is almost always the last one to fill up. But that's where we are on our numbers at this point in time. Crystal tells me not to be worried, so they're coming. So there's where we are with Head Start and pre-K. But if y'all have contacts and want to talk to people, help us get the word out to, especially at Rouge Elementary and Caneview, to get those spots filled. We had two conferences that we sent people to. One of I got to go as well, and I was very excited. Counselors attended the American School Counselor Association. That was in New Orleans, so our counselors got to attend there. They learned all sorts of things: how to deal with new behavior problems, how to work with students, how to really, do better at their job in counseling. So we got a lot of good feedback from the counselors. They really enjoyed that conference. And then all of our principals, our supervisors, and directors, we attended the Innovative School Summit, which the last few summers we go to one national conference. That's what we allow, is one, and we all got to go. Don't be jealous. Jealous party of one. Chad got to go. Barbara was there. You were there, and you were there. It was a good conference. No, it really was. We had a lot of fun and learned a lot of stuff. This was probably one of the best ones that we've attended. And look, we even got Walt there. Walt never goes anywhere.
Wow, impressive.
So
Where was this?
This was a special place. You might have heard of it, Vegas.
Oh, yeah. I bet you found some country music.
It was a good one. Oh, there was. No, that was a good conference. So that was what we
museums
did. Was that?
Lots of museums there.
A lot of museums. A lot of.
Slot machine. Excuse me, 'cause-
And lastly, our August committee meeting date. We're going back to 2 meetings in a month. I know y'all are sad. August committee meeting date, August 11th, and then the board meeting date, August 19th. And, one more thing. I'd like to thank the business department, especially Jenny. We've moved to 2 paychecks in a month. Very, very good. Bi-monthly payroll. It started off with our 12-month people this month.
They did.
And then,
And it'll still be 12-month people, the first paycheck in August, and then the second one is when all the new hires start falling in. And then after that, September 15th is everybody.
very
So the
good.
new hires will get August 15th and August 30th?
End of August.
End of August.
But they get that recruitment retention stipend that first week.
Yeah, they need it.
But our young teachers, this is going to be good for our young teachers, our paras, our child nutrition workers. We get asked a lot about, one paycheck a month is hard. So now they're getting two. We do middle of the month and the end of the month. So thank y'all for making that happen. Great job, business department. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. We'll move on to, there's no unfinished business. I'm sorry, there's no report from the communities, and there's no unfinished business. So that's the end of our consent agenda. And we're going to move on to facilities. Chad Fontenot.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
A couple of updates. I'm gonna spare y'all till next month on everything that we're doing. First thing, last month, y'all gave me the approval to get some quotes on a new court gym floor at Bruley Upper. I was able to get that. The first quote came in at $135. The second one came in at $110. So we was able to drop that one by $25,000. Gave them permission this week. They're starting demolition tomorrow morning. They given me what they feel comfortable with by the middle of August. They should have it done very latest end of August. So I was kind of impressed by that. So that means if they can get it done according to schedule, middle of August, the first 2 weeks of school will be the only time that they won't be able to use it. And that includes demo, new install, graphics, what you see when you walk into a gym. So we'll move forward with that. Second is con. We're moving right along with that for the most part. They were there yesterday and today putting together furniture for all the classrooms. They started stripping and waxing the floors in the school, so it's coming together nice. We do have a hang-up on the millwork, the counters, the cabinets and whatnot for all the classrooms. Supply chain issues, everybody's pointing the finger, but software issues about the company, the manufacturer, Milton Womack, who's our contractor for the school, put in the order. They were merging this new AI software that you enter in what you want. It orders everything for you. It does this. It's supposed to give you the world. They had issues with that. So now they're telling us we're expecting about a 2 to 3 week delay on that. They gave us a few options of backup plans for the time being. They're going to do everything they can to suffice to get us through the first couple of weeks. As soon as this millwork starts coming in, they'll start in the afternoons and on the weekends to get it all in as quick as they can. So we have that. And what was my Lukeville. That's it. New roof. We'll be starting on a new roof. We had a meeting today at 1 o'clock. Kind of a handoff meeting. The second grade building, I think it is. Yes. The close to the cafeteria with the flat roof. We're putting a new roof on that. I came to y'all a couple months ago and gave y'all some numbers on that. They're telling me that should be done with no problem before school starts as well. So that's the three biggest things that we had. That's the most recent and new. I do have about, I think it's around 17, 18 projects that are about 50% done. Some are wrapping up. Not counting stripping and waxing the floors, but I'm gonna have pictures for y'all next month. I'll get Ava and Julie to put together a slideshow showing you everything that we were doing this summer that I can show y'all. I'll probably get y'all a list that you can go down and look at just to show what all we was able to accomplish. And we did a good bit last summer. This summer we've done more. So it's been real busy. It's still busy. I've had my moments to pull my hair out. I had to get on some contractors yesterday, day before. Not my proudest moment, but I had enough, and they've responded. So apparently it worked. So that's where we're at.
They completed the demo at Con.
What's that?
They completed the demo.
Oh, they did. It's
flat.
It's funny to walk out there now, especially when we walk in a new school and you look at where the buildings used to be. Your depth perception, and it's, yeah, it's awkward, because I went to school there when I was in like the 4th grade, and all through these, now taking care of it, to walk out there, and it's not there anymore. And here's what's crazy, believe it or not, the foundation that school was on, I don't understand how, but there was a metal structured building. It's been there, I think, late 40s when it was built. When they were demoing the school, they took everything out. All they had left was the concrete slab. They started pulling up the concrete slab. All that's there is a 4-inch slab, no footings.
No footing?
No footings.
The whole building?
The whole building, no footings. They just take the excavator and they're peeling it up, and it's about that thick concrete.
Never heard of that.
But it was terrazzo.
I'm with you, and I had Jeremy, our architect, was out there with us, and we both kind of like,
Oh, my God, man.
how? Like, you build a house today, you gotta have 2-foot footings, you gotta have all this and that, you got a metal structured I-beam building that's been there since the 40s, and there's no footings anywhere on that school.
Sweet Lord.
I don't know how it
Why we didn't
didn't.
have any problems.
That right there tells us we did the best thing possible.
Right.
Add to the ground.
It's, yeah, I don't know how it didn't sink, how it didn't crack, how, yeah, I thought Ripley's Believe It or Not, you know, because everything now has to have footing. And when I did that awning in the back that covers all our
roll the
equipment,
dice.
before we could put that building in, they made me Mueller made me get engineered drawings for the footings for just a shed. And here we are, we had this school that's been there for 80 years, and there is no footings in that school.
Unreal.
Yeah, the contractor out there, Milton Womack, Jeremy, our architect, me, we all, wait, what? And we went out there and looked at all the broken concrete, and there's 4 inches of concrete, just peel it back like your driveway.
Lord have mercy.
I don't know how it lasted this long, but it did, so. Anyway, that's all I got. Anyone have any questions?
One question.
Yes, sir.
The roof, is still flat, you couldn't give it a little tilt?
No, the way the building is built now, and the framework of that, it's a concrete structured building that is actually underneath it is a concrete slab itself, and we couldn't.
Okay.
That's it?
We'll have pictures for y'all next month.
Yeah, so they can't tell me to rush next month. I'm gonna let y'all know now. I'm gonna be a few minutes next month. So, all right, thank y'all.
Thank you, Chad.
Chad, Jeff's gonna take care of that,
The tent?
tent.
I'm glad we
Okay,
did
good.
that. The new building is beautiful.
All right, informational item, Chad, thank you. We move on to the next item. Receive and review Head Start Director's Monthly Report from Crystal. I'll give everybody a few minutes to review it.
Already there. You gotta press, remember, don't you press Pretty simple, this is.
Yeah,
Any questions on the report?
I'm good.
All right, I'll need a motion. Motion by Blue, second by Haley. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
No budget.
All right, we'll move on to the next item. Consideration of request to approve the 2026-2027 pupil progression plan by Ms. Stein.
Got a little cheat sheet for y'all. I think it's maybe linked as well, but I know people sometimes easier to follow.
We love the printed dots.
I do too. All right, so not a whole lot of, it looks like more changes than what it really is. The state added a couple of things. The rest of it is
Thank you, sir.
just some rewording based on our committee's feedback to kind of clean it up, and then also some things that were kind of understood but not in policy. We wanted to make sure it was in the policy. So starting on the first page where it says section for the grade 8 promotion. That's where the state they've added some waivers for 8th grade promotion that parents or schools can request for students to be promoted in 8th grade based off their LEAP scores. So there's just a little more detail than what we've had in the past. Yeah, a second to look at that one.
What's in blue came from the state?
What's in blue there came from the state, yes. That's all new wording from the state that we have to have in there. Different circumstances of how a student may be promoted if they didn't technically pass their LEAP score, their LEAP test. The other section that they added was section 5 with the individual graduation planning. This was embedded in another section. They made it its own section and added the wording where school systems have to document at least one middle school career-related activity in the student's IGP. So that's something we'll be adding to the student's IGP. Ms. Bro's already got some plans working on what that'll look like for our secondary schools. The rest of the pages, we had a committee which consisted of our principals, assistant principals, and parents. And with their feedback, we just kind of cleaned up some of the wording and added some things that, like I said, they were kind of understood to be known but weren't technically in the policy, so we put those in there. Anything in red is something that we're taking away from the current policy, and anything in blue is the wording we would add. The red is really just either redundancy or we cleaned up the wording with the blue. So, for example, where it says page 5, determine second semester grade, the principals felt like the wording, how that was worded in there was a little confusing, so we just reworded it to where students must acquire 4 quality points. 2 of these points must be acquired in the second semester. So it's a little bit of cleanup like that. We did add that all courses must have a minimum of 9 grades per 9 weeks. That's the minimum, but to make sure that the grade books have at least 9. Promotion is based on grades earned during regular academic school year for grades K through 5. We do not offer summer school for K through 5. They have to pass the school year, except with the exception of the literacy for 3rd grade. We will take into account LEAP scores for students in grades 3 through 8. If they fail a subject but they score basic, mastery, advanced in that same subject, we will hold an SBLC meeting with the parents to determine they would have the opportunity to promote based on their LEAP scores. We clarified for schools and parents when Jeopardy letters would go home. That would be for K through 8, second 9 weeks, and third 9 weeks progress reports, which also require parent contact, whether it be on the phone or a parent conference, and it has to be documented. And for high school, it'll be at the end of first 9 weeks report cards and third 9 weeks progress reports. That's just to ensure that we're keeping open communication with parents for any students that are in jeopardy of failing that class, have the opportunity to make the appropriate accommodations to get back on track. Again, the next part of that's just some of that rewording, adding those jeopardy letters, the 9 grades per 9 weeks. We did clarify that a student may be retained a maximum of 2 times between kindergarten through 8th grade. We put some limits between the grade bands so that they're not repeating back to back to kind of help spread out when they might need that retention. That was a request of our principals to have that a little more spread out. And we also keep in mind age, where the law no longer states a specific age. It used to be 16 in middle school. We've kept it to where that they do not turn 15, right? 15, yeah. We don't want them turning 15 during their 8th grade year by September, so we keep that in consideration with the amount of time that they repeat. The next part, our high schools asked us to reword how the 3-year graduation requirement was written, so we did. We rewrote it based on their standards, and then we added in what it would look like with the new comprehensive LEAP exams when those come in. So that's just some rewording of how the 3-year graduation looks.
We don't promote graduation within 3 years, especially since we have all the offerings at the Career Academy and early college. But we do have some cases where kids, if they're actively parenting and things like that, that the committee wanted us to make some guidelines to allow it. So we do.
Have we had any lately? I mean, is that common?
You do, it's just not, it's more random, one-off situations, and the counselor works with that student, but, I mean, typically, kids, it takes 4 years to graduate. I mean, this is 1 or 2%.
Let's see, the second to last page, we added how many credits per grade level once they're in high school. That wasn't in there. It was in our handbook, but not in our policy. And then one change we made to our grade book was for our ELA grading category for first through third grade. This is where we teach phonics, and the phonics test were kind of outweighing the grade book and kind of padding them. So working with the instructional coaches and the principals, we recategorized the categories for that. All of our other grade books are 70-30, major, minor. This would be a breakdown of any reading assignments would weigh 45% of that grade book, writing assignments 40%, and phonics assignments 15%. This ensures that the focus is on them being able to read and write in that content, not just pass a phonics quiz. They were kind of padding that, making them look a little stronger than they were. So we wanted to adjust that. And that's all of the changes and recommendations. I'll give you a few minutes if you hadn't wanted to look over it some more, add any more questions.
Yeah, any comments by the audience? Comments by the board?
Thank you for the printout.
Motion by Alden. Second by Don. Let's do a roll call vote.
All right. Mr. Lott?
Yes.
Dr. Wall?
Yes.
Mr. LeBlanc?
Yeah.
Ms. Grace? Mr. Hughes?
Yes.
Ms. Bergeron?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll move on to item number 4, consideration of request for approval of the monthly expenditures and financial reports. Jared?
Oh, okay, it's attached.
All of yours.
Sorry, I didn't know if you had something to hand out.
Sales tax report. This is just my copy to kind of read off of the thing.
Oh, you gotta click on the words.
Good afternoon, everybody. All right, first report I have is the sales tax report for the month of June 2026. As you see, the last 4 months, we've had better trends with everything. We were down right at 1%, but I mean, if you look at the last 4 months, we were better than what we were the last 4 months of 2025. We were down this year. We kind of went back to around the 2022 year for sales tax collections, but as we know, sales taxes can kind of ebb and flow during a given period of time. But we've been in the $11 million range, I believe, since about the 2021 fiscal year for sales tax collections. Never thought I'd grow above that year of 2024, so I guess we're kind of in that stage where maybe we'll stay here until possibly construction starts to get at plants with everything. EFID was down a little bit, about 1% from this time last year, but like I said, the last 4 months have been trending in a better direction than what we started the fiscal year with sales tax collections. Next report I have is the fund balance report for May 31st of 2026. As you look across all of our general funds, we still have healthy fund balances. We still have the building fund at 11 million, the contingency fund at close to 8 million at 7.8. I think when I first came here, it was at 6 or low 6, maybe high 5 million. Sales EFID fund at 6.2, the general fund at 14. You're looking across all of what we consider our true general fund. It's about a $47 million fund balance we have at December 31st, 2020. May 31st, 2026. I actually went back and looked at 6 years ago. At 6 years ago, we were at 19, so we are more than double what we had from 6 years ago in fund balance. So we have been good stewards of the taxpayers' money. Next report I have is the budget to actual. It pretty much mirrors the fund balance report from May 31st of 2026. Everything's trending, expenditures are trending just about where we budgeted. I know revenues are a little bit below what we was expecting, but there's a lot of revenues that we have to book in the month of June with accruals. but everything is looking decent, everything for our funds. We still have, like I said, great fund balances, and I would give you all time to look at everything, and if you have any questions, I would definitely be glad to answer for you.
Jared, where do you think that's going to leave us as far as surplus? I know we had kind of projected a little bit down from that.
It's probably gonna be down a little bit this year compared to the last 3 to 4 years with everything. It's because mainly expenditures have gone up because of cost with inflation. Sales taxes have kind of leveled off, but I think next year you will see a good increase because of the fact that we rolled forward those 2 millages. That's gonna help us with collections for next year for revenue. I wanna say that just rolling forward those 2 millages is gonna generate close to $2 million.
We're going to need, and we were going to talk to y'all about it during the budget, we're going to need that 1.4 million of that for the stipend that we don't have an option to give. That's the governor's stipend.
Yeah.
So that's coming up on the budget. Okay.
We are looking to come in from this last fiscal year, about $1 million, I think, in the black.
Close to it.
We're still closing out some of the books, paying the last bills, but costs are just high. But it's no deficit budgets or anything like that. We're in good shape.
All right, comments by the audience? Comments by the board? All right, we'll need a motion. Motion by Blue, second by Haley. Let's do a roll call vote.
Okay. Ms. Bullock?
Yes.
Dr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. LeBlanc?
Yes.
Ms. Grace?
Yes.
Mr. Hughes?
Yes.
Ms. Bajon?
Yes.
Mr. Dagapon?
Yes. All right, so we'll move on to item number 5, approval of Louisiana compliance questionnaire for the 2025-2026 audit.
All right. This item is normally something that we have to bring about this time of the year. It's part of the legislative auditor's guidance that we have our board approve the compliance questionnaire. It's pretty much a standard procedure that we bring every year. The document is uploaded on the, for the board minutes with everything, and if anybody has any questions, I would definitely be glad to answer for you. Like I said, we normally go through this motion every year.
I should have received a letter at home.
The letter, yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
The related party questionnaire that probably came out with, that's all tied to the audit.
All right, this is informational purposes only.
Okay.
Do we need to vote on this, or?
Yeah, we
Okay.
normally
We need to vote on this?
Just to approve it to where we can give it to our auditors.
Okay, all right. Comments by the audience? Comments by the board? All right, motion?
Take up.
Motion by Sharika, second by Terry. Roll call vote on it.
Okay. All right, Ms. Blewett?
Yes.
Dr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. LeBlanc?
Yes.
Ms. Grace?
Yes.
Mr. Hughes?
Yes.
Ms. Bajon?
Yes.
Mr. Dagapon?
Yes. All right, we'll move on to item number 6, discussion of the 2026-2027 annual budget.
We are
Jared.
trying to wrap that up shortly, and we should have that to you all for the August Finance Committee meeting. We're still, like Dr. Smith said, we were waiting for the information about the stipend not being pulled from the MFP and trying to figure out those numbers. But by the time we get to the committee meeting, you all have a full budget with everything. And we have a new format now. It'll come from Alio with everything. It won't look like the old budget books that you have seen in the past, so that'll be the only new look, different look that you'll see.
I'm proud of them. We've updated our system, and we can do it all through our finance system. They've done a great job, so you don't have to do it separately in Excel.
It's pretty much, you pull it out, it does become an Excel document when you extract it, but then you can put it back into the accounting system.
So it averages 3 years,
I think he said you could do 3, you could do 4, kind of whatever you want to
and
do.
then you can manually, if you know something's going to come in higher, like your transportation budget or whatever, you can go in and manually change that. They've been working really hard at it, so great job there. Almost done. So that stipend, I don't know if y'all saw in the paper, Ascension, they've committed to their stipend. There were some lawsuits, those got removed. There was no chance that those were going to win. So it's going to be about 1.4 million for us to do the stipends, but the roll forward I think generates about 1.8.
It's gonna be at least 1.8, might be 2, depending on what assessed values come in at.
So that will make up the difference. So we're good there on the stipend.
So that's an additional stipend in the back to school and the Christmas one if we choose to give that.
Yeah, that was the old stipend that was normally given around
Right.
October, but the state would allocate the funds for you.
Right. I'm just concurring.
I don't.
Stealing the funds, go ahead.
It is, basically. And when we do it, when y'all approve the budget to do it, I really want to make sure that our staff members know that this is local money making this happen, not state. That we really need to be clear in that message of how that stipend is being rolled out. We're just trying to get clarity. Does it happen in the first semester, the second semester? They withhold 5% of our MFP every month in those payments. So we're trying to get clarity on when does it need to be paid out? How does that look? We haven't gotten that.
So it won't go into like, what was the one previously given from the state? Was it just added to their monthly?
No, it was a one-time. The first 2 years, we could give it at points we decided. This last year, the state told us it had to be paid out by December, I want to say.
And we paid it, I wanna say, in October.
Right.
Okay. It's more
so-
noticeable that way. In
You're
one
right.
chunk.
We're trying to get more information on it, but we'll embed that into the budget that y'all will get next month. That's required to be submitted to the state by the end of September, I want to
It
say.
is.
So we've got time there.
All right, so that will move forward into next month's agenda.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Okay, so we'll move on to item number 7, present the 2026-2030 strategic plan. Dr. Smith.
So, and I know it's the summer, so y'all are probably ready to go home, but y'all, I want y'all to know what we've been working on the last 6 months. So this is last year, or the last 3 years of strategic plan. And if you just take a look there, you can see, audience members got some extra.
Thank you.
All the things that we've accomplished. So just some of the highlights. We started a school-wide planning process with our schools. They've been doing great with that. We go into each school, we look at classrooms, we look at their data. We do this at minimum 3 times a year. We started our early college and our career academy. We aligned all of our curriculum and assessments. All of that has been done. We've integrated better technology, at all the schools. Building security, this is under goal 2. Reducing chronic student absenteeism, we said we would do. We would clearly communicate behavior expectations. Our behavior trends, knock on wood, have been going down, especially with fighting and the big instances. So that's been really good. Staff, you'll get to see in this next presentation, we are making some progress with recruitment and retention, and decreasing the number of uncertified teachers. And we put an evaluation system. I don't know how happy central office is with it, but we have an evaluation system. Everybody gets evaluated. Everybody. So y'all evaluate me. I evaluate the directors. The directors evaluate their supervisors. Everybody at central office gets evaluated. We put in professional learning communities at our schools. And I could go on. I could put on here that we created a building fund under goal 4. That's huge. Just making sure that the money is following future enrollment and, a better environment for our kids. Remaining competitive in compensation, we gave a 4% raise 2 years ago for our teachers. And in goal 5, we put parent advisory committees at every school, trying to improve parent to school communication, updated our website, and then really sharing those results. So I think y'all can give me a thumbs up that our team has made tremendous progress. We've done these things. So y'all got to give me a thumbs up. I'm a teacher, okay? So that's my yes. That's my feedback. So we've done, and y'all, that's my team. They're huge assets for this district, and the schools have done a great job. But if you look at a lot of these words, it's implement, put in place, or integrate, align. A lot of it is doing it for the first time. Well, now where do we go for the next 4 years? Since we've started things, how do we make them better? You know, how do we progress over the next 4 years? So this last plan was 3 years. Now we're going to 4 years. So most strategic plans, they tell you don't do anything longer than 5 years. Don't do anything shorter than 3. So here is our new plan. And thank you to Stephanie. Stephanie and Megan helped us put all this together in a presentation, and it's all web-based, so no more PowerPoints. Very excited. So this is our strategic plan. This will go through 2030. 2030. Our vision and mission, these remain the same: to serve our community by inspiring academic excellence and building good character. And our mission is to prepare every student for success through high-quality instruction and character-building experiences. Our goals, these kind of align with the 5 goals that we did before. The only one that changed is Goal 2. We changed it from safety to supports. So Goal 1 is all about students. Goal 2 is all about the supports that we provide for students. Goal 3 is staff. Goal 4 is sensible spending. And Goal 5 is our stakeholders. So Goal 1, and I'm going to invite our directors. So each director owns a goal. So very, very excited. Goal 1 is all about academic students. Ms. Stein owns that goal. Goal 2 is all about those supports with student services. Ms. Supple sat on the front row. She's excited about the supports. And Ms. Burke owns Goal 3. Jared is owning Goal 4 with our sensible spending. And then we all own Goal 5 about stakeholders. So I'll let each director come up and present we won't read word for word, but we'll touch on the highlights. What are our strategies? If you need to come closer, you can. What are our strategies to get there and how we're measuring?
So for us, as Dr. Smith said, we started with a lot of implementing, and now we're more into the refining phase. Our goal for our team is really just that implementation to impact. We're doing a lot of the right things. We've put a lot of good things in place. It's more or less keeping them going, keeping that consistency, kind of keeping the locomotion, just keep going forward and strengthening what we have, not really adding any major changes. Just making sure that we're continuing to build on the good that we have and keep that foundation strong. So we're going to continue to support all of our schools with staff collaboration. That's been really key. We have that from our principals, APs, counselors to teachers with PLCs. We have PD days built in. We've got a lot of big ideas to make that collaboration even stronger this year. Support implementation of the assessment of our HQIM, so that high quality instructional material, we've really gotten that nailed down. Everyone is consistent across the district. Our motto is a WBR student is a WBR student. They all receive the same high quality curriculum. They're taking the same assessments, tested on the same standards, so that they all have that same baseline. And so we want to maintain that and continue to strengthen those practices. We'll partner with our local child care centers. That's Heidi and Crystal. They do a great job making sure that our local child care centers are, they use a lot of our curriculums as well. They help them with a lot of supports, getting those kids ready to be our next Head Start and pre-K students, or if not, ready for kindergarten for us. So they do a lot of partnerships there. Ms. Bro and Ms. Edwards doing their work at the Career Academy. We're able to expand some of those classes. Welding is expanding. We have up to 400 students ready to be enrolled. Yeah. So continuing to expand our credentials there and getting more and more students with more opportunities at the Career Academy. And then the same thing with our early college and dual enrollment, working up to the associate degrees for students, for high school students to have that opportunity to leave us with many college credits up to an associate's degree. So we're excited, and we know we have a lot of interest in the community about that as well. So we're excited to kind of move forward and make that a little bigger for our students as well.
That sign is going to be placed out, I think in next week, in front of Port Allen Middle that says "Coming Soon, Early College and STEM Academy." So we're very excited about that. That's going to be put out next week. Something new this year. So every goal now has metrics to measure the success of that goal. So our first one is obviously our district performance score. So this is the new system, and these are simulated scores that we received the last 2 years. In this new system, we are a strong B system, and we'll get our new score in November in this new system of what we will be. I can tell you that we will grow. I'm not going to tell you a number yet, but I know we will grow in this new system. So we're very excited about that. Also, every goal has at least 3, if not 4, metrics to measure the success of that goal. So Kelly's team chose these 4. I'll let you.
Simply, that's how we're scored for our SPS and our DPS, how students perform in the Grow, Achieve, Thrive areas. And then for our early childhood, we're monitoring their success with their programs. The highest score you can get there is a 7. We're scoring at a 5.99 right now. Each of our schools averages above 6. So we're looking really good in our early childhood. And we have our baselines for our Grow and Achieve and Thrive right now. And we just want to continue to be able to measure that and see those scores grow.
So this is the percentage of students that are meeting these targets. Yeah. So that's how we'll measure this goal. Questions on this one? All right, thank you, Ms. Stein. Goal 2, Ms. Supple.
I printed mine out because I can't see that. I can't see it. So for goal 2 is all about supporting our students. We want to ensure that we're, and I'm in that stage of I can't see y'all if I don't take glasses off too. So I'm struggling with that. Just to ensure that that we're compliant in our federal programs and that we want to increase our parent involvement. At our schools, he talked about the parent advisory committees. That was something new that we've implemented in the last couple of years. We're going to continue to tweak that. The goal was for every school to do 4, and I think for the most part last year, every school had 4 parent advisory, and that's different than just a PTO meeting. This is really where they get in and actually, what do you think? What are some of your opinions? And it's not just about, well, I want to have this activity or that activity, or I want to fundraise for this. It's really how they can make changes. He had said about we have been implementing a tiered system of support for academics at the elementaries. This last couple years, we've put it in at all levels, and we want to continue to refine that, looking at behavior and attendance also, because, if they're not at school, then we're not going to make improvements. And if their behavior is interfering with their academics, then that's going to also be a problem. So we're still in the implement stage, but in different levels for each of those areas, if that makes sense. Just like the academic team, we're facilitating collaborative support for our diverse learners. So that's our special ed teachers, our English learner teachers, to continue that support and bridge the 2 teams together. We want to continue to expand in our different programs that we're offering, so like the gifted and talented and some of the enrichment and extracurricular activities. And we also want to continue to promote a safe, secure learning environment. And then like he was saying, this is how we're going to measure for goal 2. So he already talked about the ELPT proficiency test that we take. You can see that. That's when they test on listening, speaking, reading, and writing for our EL students. We're also going to look at the average daily attendance and then chronic absenteeism. And I'm not 100% sure if everybody knows what that would exactly be, but for chronic absenteeism, that is they're absent 10% or more of their enrolled days. And that is any absence, so excused or unexcused. So, that's really the key. They can be excused all the time, but if they're missed 50 days and they were excused, they're not going to do well. And then it also, looking at our students with disabilities, just looking at the growth. on where our students are doing, because we expect them all to grow. They're not going to be at the same level possibly, but we want every student to grow. So that's what we're looking there. And then the last one is looking at our gifted and talented programs, just kind of looking at our numbers. We want all of that to grow. You know that we've always had, the gifted and the talented art, those numbers. Last year, we added in the music program. So last year, we had 23 students, and this year, we're going to have a talented theater program also. So we're eager to see what that's going to look like.
And there's only 28 gifted students in the whole school system?
Yes.
It's not nearly enough. It should be, according to Missy, about 2 to 3%. So it should be about 100 kids at least.
And are they just not?
We think they're denying services a lot of times, especially when they get older in high school. So I'm glad to have the number because I want the principals and schools to know we need to identify the kids and we need to figure out schedules to make
Well,
it
a
work.
lot of times at the high school level, they opt out because they want to participate
There's
in
more,
some.
possibly more, but they're not identified if they're not taking any of the courses?
If they opt out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we worked last year to get them to do some of those things and win, but we're looking at like AP courses and some other options that we can still kind of keep them in that program also.
Thank you.
That's a challenge. We want to grow that.
Yep.
Questions on this one? Great job, Miss Supple. All right, Miss Burke.
Okay.
I forced them to do all this, and don't they look, it looks like it, doesn't it?
That's a very popular photo. You'd see it on
Oh, this
billboards.
this is the favorite on the billboard. Debbie's got a good smile. All right, sorry. Go ahead, Ms.
It's
Burke.
okay. Okay, so for goal 3, I think you will all completely agree that for West Baton Rouge to continue to grow and achieve and move that needle, right, we're number 18, for us to move up, we have to be able to recruit, hire, and retain, okay? It's all about the people that you have in every single position that we have, right, who touch and work with our children every day. And if you ask a teacher what he or she is looking for, the number one answer is always support. They will ask, as we're interviewing and at our job fair, when I say, do you have any questions for us? They ask, will I have a mentor? They ask about PLCs. Are we collaborating? Are we meeting together and planning together? They ask things like, will I have the resources that I need to do my job? So teachers are just looking for support, right? They want a safe place to work. They want to work in a positive climate and culture. And a lot of them will say, well, who do I go to for this? Who do I go to for that? So we bring them in and we have an orientation with all of our new hires and we let them know who their go-to people are. So again, it is about recruiting. It is about, we have to remain competitive salary-wise. I think y'all know what's happening in neighboring districts. So recruiting well, hiring well, and retaining well. And if you look at the next slide, this is how we will measure how well we're doing. First of all, last year we implemented a teacher satisfaction survey. We partnered with a vendor, Upbeat, and we're happy to say that when we compared our teacher satisfaction results overall from spring of 25 to spring of 26, you can see the percentages there. 19 of the 21 categories showed growth, so 75.1% of our teachers were satisfied with where they work, with their workplace. We want to continue to improve that. So this is a survey that we will actually do in the fall and the spring, and we'll have the exact same survey data to compare annually. So we're happy about that. Teacher retention is a really, really hot topic. At the end of the 23-24 school year, we pulled data and we retained 84% of our teachers. At the end of 24-25, we retained 85.3%, and the verdict is still out because we will pull that data. We have to pull it every July 31st and send it into the LDOE. So we will have our retention percentage for the 25-26 school year in a couple of weeks. Teacher retention is tricky because of several things, y'all. Teachers move, their husbands get transferred, teachers retire. Some choose to leave the profession, some choose to be stay-home moms or go back to school. Then, of course, there are ineffective teachers that we offer resignation in lieu of termination. There are uncertified teachers that, if we have certified teachers, we must hire first. So some of that number, right, is beyond our control. But it is something that we're going to continue to look very closely at. We do need to increase our number of mentors. Here's why. Every practitioner licensed teacher, those are the ones in alternate certification programs, they must have a mentor, a trained mentor with mentor certification. We have a cohort every year that meets, and they meet monthly, and they work on a mentor certification program to earn that certification by the end of the year. The 24-25 year, we only trained 13, which wasn't bad. But at the end of 25-26, that's an 18 now because somebody finished today. So we have 18 new trained mentors. And I will tell y'all that we have 25 new practitioner licensed teachers. So we know our universities are not turning out teachers going through 4-year degree programs. And that is very true because we have 25 practitioner licensed teachers who have degrees in something else, but they're enrolled in certification programs and they're hireable, they're eligible for a practitioner license, but those are the ones that need a mentor. So as that number grows, we need to continue to increase our number of trained mentors. And last but not least, the 24-25 school year, we had 30 uncertified teachers. Those are teachers that hold the temporary authority to teach. At the end of the 25-26 school year, we had 20. And about 10 of those left the district. So right now, kicking off the 26-27 school year, we have about 10. We have a few vacancies left to fill. We may have to fill them with an uncertified teacher if a certified teacher does not apply, and that is allowable. So that's something, that's a number that is very, very important that we continue to make sure if we're gonna be successful, we need to have the best of the best in front of our kids. So, any questions around staffing?
Do y'all like how we're doing the metrics to measure the success of the goal? That's new in this strategic
And
plan.
I'm impressed that we have 85% returning, just not that it's bad, but because the traffic is just.
That's another one that we get on our exit
Things
form.
we can't control. Yeah.
You see that traffic? We do. They tell us.
Especially on the other end.
Yeah. And like when EBR does a pay raise, they announced a pay raise to $56,000 for starting teachers. Well,
Yeah.
we lose people to
We
that.
lost a few, and we lost a few to promotions. I think that's
Iberville,
important to say.
60,000.
We lost a few to promotions. They became instructional coaches or elementary supervisors or whatever, coaches, and
So that affects that 85.
that affects that.
That's inclusive of everything, retirements, everything. So it's not as bad of a number. We're just trying to get it to 90%. That would be very good if we could get to 90,
But if they're moving up in the system, I
I
wouldn't say
know.
that is included as a
but
teacher.
they include it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
So,
Okay, that's it on my end.
thank you, Ms. Burke.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, coming in for a home stretch, sensible spending.
All right, the first goal we had was maintain an operating reserve for times of emergency.
We got that.
As you can see from the monthly reports that we get, we have been building our operating reserve for if we ever have an emergency. That's why we created the building fund.
But we're not hoarding.
No, because you never know when it could be needed, for
Right.
sure. Because you never know when the next hurricane or something would come through. At least we have that building fund we could fall back on until insurance and hopefully FEMA would help pay for buildings that if they are destroyed through a hurricane. Then the next goal we had was develop a master facilities plan.
You just help with that one.
What we're going to do is hopefully our architect will help us out with this plan going forward to get that
I don't know any good.
going with everything.
Check them
And
out.
then try to make sure that we can keep our facilities in the best shape possible, especially since we've built a lot of them since 2018, trying to keep them up and make sure that they're maintained. Then our next goal was expanding the technology budget to advance and sustain a robust, secure, and innovative technology infrastructure. I think everybody knows anything you're dealing with technology is not getting any cheaper nowadays. To replace everything, it's just like everything keeps going up and up. So that's another plan. We'll try to get with Garrett and try to work up maybe a plan for rotating maybe Promethean boards or rotating with Chromebooks. I know we try to keep them in a 3-year cycle. Maybe we can get to 4 years. That's probably pushing it with everything, but we'll see what we can do.
We also wrote a grant for about $700,000. We're submitting in August. We're trying to look at access control at every school site. So that's the technology. It's not just laptops here, but we're also talking about keyless entry. You know, keys get passed on to everybody, but if we can do the badge entry, I can see who gets into that school. It does a log of everything. It's a lot safer. So that this technology now is in everything that you do. So we're trying to write some grants to be fiscally responsible and not have to pay for all of that, and come to you guys at the, general fund.
Yeah, and the last goal is strategically allocate revenue increases to maintain competitive salaries and benefits. That's things when we know if assessed values are going up and we know that's gonna be sustained. Maybe we figure out a way, how do we give a pay raise of X amount of dollars to everybody? To try to figure out a way to keep that sustainable through those property tax proceeds, and even in times of sales tax proceeds, maybe you give extra supplements to people to kind of keep that as a stipend to keep motivation. And we measured that with our 3 goals here. The first one was when we got a AA rating for the last bond. We were an A rating, I think, for the GO bond, and now we went to AA rating. So that was an increase. And investing in the classroom, as you can see, we spend almost 80%, 77% of our money, it goes to the classroom. If people say it doesn't go to the classroom, it does.
And the state has a requirement, 70% of your budget must go into instruction. We have 77% of our budget that goes to instruction. So we're well above that threshold. So if you ever hear anybody say, oh, you're spending all your money on facilities, no, that's not accurate. 77% of our budget goes directly to classroom instruction.
And then the last thing we measure is our salaries, where we rank in the kind of region. And like in 24-25, we were second. 25-26, I think we were still second, but we know 26-27, that's gonna change because of all the announcements other districts have made. And we'll try to figure out a way to where we can jump back up to where we were.
So Westfield got a data center. EBR went up to 56,000 for starting teachers. So each one of these, if you hover over it, it actually tells you the amount for starting teacher salary. So we just did the ones that were in our region. And this is going to have another little bar graph right next to it that'll be 26, 27. We'll go down a couple spots, but it's something that we need to.
I would have thought St. Tammany would have been more.
Oh, yep, no, we beat them right now. So it's something we need to just be cognizant of. We want to remain, high in those salaries.
Is this going on the website?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Unless you don't want to.
No, that's great.
No, yeah, all this is going to be on the website. Y'all are my first presentation, and then we have the Rotary next week, and then some other groups. All right, and then this is just some people like pictures. This is all the stuff that we've been able to do with our AA bond rating that got us our low interest rate with a good bond to be able to do all these things. And there's a picture of Con. We're going to get some good pictures in there.
Where's the picture next to the Pelican football? Where?
Oh, that's at Bruley Upper.
Okay.
That's the new windows.
Okay. I thought
They look good.
That is.
They look good. Port Allen Elementary cafeteria and kitchen, we redid all of that. So new roof at Bruley Middle. So we'll keep updating pictures. And I'll do this one. So it's just stakeholders. We have made common all of our curriculum, our assessments, all of our instructional things. We're also making common a lot of our school branding. So colors, wall paint. What's our wall color? Agreeable gray. See how agreeable everybody is to that? And we have a common red color on the blue side, a common blue color. It's called dress blue. It's Hot Lips Red or something like that. What's it called? Hot Lips Red or something.
Truly is heartthrob red.
Heartthrob Red, but it's something
That's an
with.
embarrassing thing to tell a
It is
contractor.
weird, but we're making things consistent. So that you don't walk into these random classrooms and you have a pink wall or a green.
Oh, so the teachers can't paint their
No,
walls?
ma'am, no. They can decorate, but we make it consistent. Because what if a male teacher comes in that room the next year and
They
it's
paint them,
bright
they keep
pink?
painting.
Yeah, and they get paint all over the ceiling. So we're establishing unified district school branding. We want to be professional. When something goes out to parents, I want to be proud that's something that goes to the
You has a
parent.
bunch of different colors, I thought. Cane View, they have a bunch of different
No,
colors.
that's
Orange.
okay if it's accents, but not across the board. Accent walls and stuff, like the little pods.
They
Yeah, I've
got
seen-
orange and.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But just not, random lime green wall in a classroom
A
that
classroom.
looks terrible. Communications, marketing, social media, our team does a great job. We want that to be classy, accurate information that goes out, no grammatical mistakes. It needs to be clean and professional. Responsive to our stakeholders. We now give surveys to all of our parents, along with all of our teachers. It's that same upbeat survey we give to our parents because we want feedback, what we can do better. Also, our comprehensive crisis communications plan. We now have a consistent way that we do that. It's all up in our Raptor system. Our schools, it's concise, it's clear. Who do you call when there's an emergency? Who attends, who goes to that school if a medical emergency happens? All of that's consistent with our stakeholders. And then also, we have a clear marketing and talent acquisition plan, which thank you to Barbara and Stephanie for putting that together. How do we recruit talent? Okay, so lastly, this is how we measure that one. So I told you we give our survey to our parents and community members. We have fall of 25 to fall of 26. And these are groups of questions that give you this percentage. We went from 71 to 81% in parent and school collaboration, 73 to 83% in parent and teacher communication. Campus safety, which was measured just by a simple question to parents: do you feel like your child is safe at school, like that your school is a safe school? And 96% of our parents said yes. This last one, social media engagement, I don't know if we're going to keep that one, but we're trying to measure our interaction on social media, and we can pull these metrics to see. We're still kind of on the fence whether we.
Age myself, what is in?
LinkedIn. I had to ask the same
LinkedIn.
question. I didn't know what LinkedIn was.
LinkedIn, I thought was
It's the one in the
for,
middle, because I don't know.
Oh, that's Instagram.
That's Instagram.
Come on, oh, man, that's Instagram. You know, this one, that's an F for Facebook. Yeah. But that's how we're measuring that. We might change that to something else, but right now it's.
People looking for jobs on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
Are we on
Yes,
LinkedIn for
that's our
jobs?
talent acquisition. So we do actually get some recruitment done through LinkedIn. So these are our survey questions mostly from our parents. And then last slide, our new theme this year is proving what's possible. We're very excited.
No more one team, one dream?
One team, one dream, we've done that. We've fulfilled that one.
now proving what's possible.
Yeah. Now we're proving what's possible.
imagine how you.
Good job, look at 6:15, that's not too bad.
Very good.
Well,
So thank y'all to the team.
yeah, thanks to the team and Jalen for putting this together.
Yeah.
This was great.
And for you to be, for being such a wonderful
Well, thank you.
guidance.
It's all thanks to the team. So we'll go start presenting this out to our different stakeholder groups starting next week.
And how about, are you taking all these principals on a little journey next Wednesday? It seems like every time we have stuff to bus, you have other plans.
No.
No.
Remember, they can't ever come help because they're on a trip with some principals.
Not Wednesday.
Okay, good. So
We
we
have our
can
admin
expect,
retreat.
so we can expect to see.
Like 30 volunteers already signed up.
Good,
No, we have policy day on Thursday, but not stuff to bus. I steered clear of that day.
good for you.
We got it planned early. And then that's to go over all the new policies that the principals have to roll out at their schools. And then Friday, we have our admin retreat, which is like a workshop where we plan for the new school year.
So Stuff the Bus is?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So Haley, next year, whenever you do it, you can say if you don't show up, you're not gonna get any
I'm gonna
supplies.
say you're not getting a stipend.
No glue stick for you.
No blue stick or colors.
What time does it start?
6 in the morning
Yeah, because you know I don't show up till about 7.
or 8.
10.
Hey,
Can't go to bed
at least I show up.
You're right, you're
Right.
right. And Burke showed up last year.
All right, quick summary
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought it
of,
was over.
of organization items. So the committee meeting in August, we go back to 2 meetings. Tuesday, August 11th, and the regular board meeting is August 19th, the following Wednesday. So just want to let everybody know we're going back to that schedule. It's up for discussion if we want to keep it to 1. Let Chandler know how you feel about it. All right, and then we don't have any other business, so I'll need a motion to adjourn. Motion by Terry, second by Alden. All in favor?